When I was a student brother here, coming up just under 20 years ago, I had to write an essay about St. John's Gospel. Where is the glory in St. John's Gospel? I remember speaking to Ian Boxall, a professor of the New Testament scholar here at this university. I think it was at perhaps one of our garden parties, about this essay that I'd got, and his response was, well, where isn't the glory? John's Gospel is famous for that deep theological reflection on the divinity of Christ. And for that reason, some people have felt its distance from us. And yet this is also the Gospel that has the most human and profound conversations. Jesus with people, human being to human being, and also provoking human conversations. The blind man with the Pharisees, the people who've come to mourn with Mary and Martha about the death of their brother Lazarus. And so John's experience is of the Word made flesh, that expression that comes from his gospel. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. The glory, the divinity, is someone with whom we can have a conversation. This is what is expressed at the beginning of his letter. That which was from the beginning, beyond creation, beyond anything we can experience, beyond expression, that which was from the beginning, we have heard, we have seen, we have touched with our hands. This experience, though, that John has had, that he tries to convey in his scriptural writings, is one that, in a sense, cannot be conveyed because John's experience is of both the Jesus we experience, the one who saved us, the divine and human, the risen, the ascended, and the glorified, but also of the Jesus before, what one might call the pre-Easter Jesus. And that's something perhaps we need to reflect on more, that the Gospels and the Scriptures are written by people who have experienced the risen and ascended Christ. They are experiencing him. They do know him. And yet what they're trying to remember, what they're trying to write about, is before this experience had reached its consummation. Because they uniquely perhaps have had such an experience that we cannot have, and we need to rely on them to tell us about the pre-Easter Jesus, so that our experience of the post-Easter Jesus can be ever more deepened. This is why we venerate these men and women. One of the reasons we venerate these men and women is that they have had an irreplaceable experience, and that is why that they are the foundations of our faith.